In 2023, seismic sensors pick up impossible vibrations beneath Iran's arid mountains. Evidence of a construction project so vast that Western intelligence calls it the world's most expensive underground mystery. For years, you have heard rumors of a Persian megacity built at a cost of $200 billion, ready to alter the balance of power. But how much of this is real, and what do the world's experts actually know? The answer could determine whether the countdown to World War III has truly begun. Rumors of an underground city in Iran worth $200 billion have spread like wildfire, amplified by dramatic headlines and viral videos, yet when experts attempt to trace these claims, they find only a trail of recycled social media posts and speculative YouTube channels, never a single official document or credible report. No satellite analysis, IAEA inspection, or government statement has ever confirmed the existence of a single, integrated megacity beneath Iran's mountains, much less one with a price tag that would exceed the country's entire annual budget several times over. The numbers, 15 square miles, 200 miles of tunnels, 100,000 people, appear nowhere in reputable intelligence or technical studies. What does exist and what is well documented is a network of underground military facilities scattered across the country. These so-called missile cities have been showcased by Iran's Revolutionary Guard since 2015, with video tours showing tunnels lined with ballistic missiles and launch vehicles. In March 2025, Iranian state television broadcast images from a newly unveiled underground base, boasting of thousands of precision missiles stored in hardened tunnels. But these are not self-sustaining cities, they are military installations designed for survivability and deterrence. The idea of building underground to survive a nuclear attack is not new. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union constructed the Yamantau mountain complex deep in the Urals, an immense facility shrouded in secrecy, rumored to serve as a command center capable of withstanding a first strike. For decades, the logic has remained the same. When faced with overwhelming external threats and the prospect of devastating airstrikes, nations seek refuge and resilience underground. Iran's network of missile bases and deep nuclear sites follows the strategic precedent, not the fantasy of a hidden metropolis. The real story is not about a single megacity, but about a country systematically burying its most sensitive capabilities out of reach. In August 2002, a little-known dissident group released satellite photos of a remote site near Natanz. The images revealed construction of massive underground halls, shielded by concrete and earth, hidden from international inspectors. By the time the world nuclear watchdogs arrived, Iran had already buried its enrichment plant deep enough to frustrate conventional airstrikes. 8 years later, that sense of security was shattered. In 2010, an unknown worm, later called Stuxnet, slipped past digital defenses and sabotaged Natanz from the inside, destroying nearly 1,000 centrifuges before anyone realized what had happened. The message was clear: even underground Iran's most sensitive programs were not safe. After Stuxnet, the rhythm of construction shifted. Satellite analysts began tracking new excavation farther south, where the slopes of Kolang Gazla, nicknamed Pickaxe Mountain, showed expanding scars and spoil piles. By late 2020, at least 4 tunnel portals had been carved into the mountain's flanks. Security walls and double-fence perimeters appeared, bristling with cameras and guard towers. Over the next 5 years, each new image showed more reinforced tunnel doors, fresh concrete, and growing mounds of rock hauled from the mountain's heart. Water leaking from the main eastern portal hinted at the scale of the underground galleries being carved below. One veteran imagery analyst described the site as the most ambitious, hardening effort we have seen since Fordow. Unlike earlier facilities, Pickaxe Mountain's complex was designed not just to hide, but to survive. Multiple portals, thick overburden, and buried entrances suggested a facility built to withstand direct attack. The pattern was unmistakable. Every time Iran's nuclear program was exposed or sabotaged, the next iteration went deeper, harder, and further underground. Iran's military has not hidden its underground ambitions, instead it has broadcast them to the world. Since 2015, state television has aired footage from what the IRGC calls missile cities, vast tunnel networks packed with rows of ballistic and cruise missiles, launchers, and support vehicles. In March 2025, a new base was unveiled on national television, with commanders boasting that Iran could reveal a different missile city every week for 2 years. The tunnels, carved deep into mountain rock, stretch for kilometers. Video clips show racks of Ghadr, Sigil, and Imad missiles, some marked with serial numbers, others already mounted on mobile launchers. The corridors are wide enough for heavy trucks to maneuver, and the floors are lined with rails for rapid movement of weapons. The IRGC's top aerospace commander, standing in front of a wall of missiles, declared that Iran's underground network is our answer to enemy threats. He claimed these sites ensure that any attack would be met with an immediate and overwhelming response. The message is clear: Iran wants the world to know that its arsenal is not only protected, but ready to launch from hidden positions at a moment's notice. This strategy extends beyond missiles. In February 2023, the Iranian Air Force unveiled Al-Qab-44, an underground airbase built into a limestone mountain in Hormozgan province. Footage released by Iranian media shows F-4 Phantoms and Su-24 bombers taxiing through long, dimly lit tunnels before emerging onto a surface runway. The tunnels connect directly to alert areas and hangars, with maintenance bays and arming stations hidden underground. Analysts believe these bases are designed to keep Iran's limited fleet of strike aircraft safe from preemptive strikes, while allowing for rapid sorties against regional adversaries. Even glimpses from leaked contractor videos reveal the scale of hardening, reinforced blast doors, thick concrete linings, and multiple entry points engineered for both secrecy and survivability. Each new facility is more elaborate than the last, with features tailored to frustrate the most advanced bunker-busting munitions. As Iran's underground network grows, so does the challenge of targeting it, and the risk that any strike would trigger a far wider conflict. Military planners now face a dilemma that defies easy solutions. Iran's deepest facilities are shielded by hundreds of meters of mountain rock, far beyond the reach of most conventional munitions. The GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator, a 30,000-pound weapon carried only by B-2 bombers, was designed for targets like Fordow and the new Natanz tunnels. Even so, its unclassified penetration range, roughly 60 meters of high-strength concrete or less in hard rock, leaves little margin when the overburden is measured in the hundreds of meters. Israeli forces, by contrast, rely on GBU-28 and BLU-109 class bombs, effective against bunkers and shallow galleries, but not against mountain-buried caverns. Striking such a site would demand multiple sorties, precision targeting, and a willingness to accept uncertain results. A former U.S. Air Force strategist describes the challenge as a race between engineering and ordnance. Each new layer of concrete, each curved tunnel, and each redundant blast door forces attackers to rethink their approach. Disabling entrances or surface systems can buy time, but the core remains insulated. The cost of escalation grows with every failed attempt, and every additional bomb run risks drawing in regional powers or triggering missile retaliation. Underground complexes also complicate electronic and cyber warfare. While being buried provides some natural shielding against electromagnetic pulse and jamming, there is no public evidence that Iran's sites are hardened to Cold War standards. Communications may be redundant, and some missile systems advertise anti-jamming features, but no facility is invulnerable to determined attack. The real advantage lies in depth, redundancy, and the sheer number of dispersed targets. For any adversary, the prospect of a quick, decisive strike has faded. The new reality is a dangerous calculus, partial damage, uncertain outcomes, and the risk of a wider war with every strike order. Israeli leaders view Iran's expanding underground network as an existential threat, warning that hidden missile bases and nuclear sites could one day leave them with no warning or response time. The Israeli Security Cabinet has openly debated preemptive options, and Air Force drills now simulate deep penetration strikes and rapid retaliation scenarios. Across the Gulf, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates have poured billions into missile defense, scrambling to import interceptors and radar systems capable of tracking low-flying drones and cruise missiles. In Riyadh, officials have quietly revived plans for a domestic nuclear program, arguing that Iran's hardening efforts demand a matching deterrent. Oil traders watch the Strait of Hormuz with growing anxiety. Just a hint of Iranian military activity near the shipping lanes can send crude prices surging and rattle global markets. Every new tunnel or missile city revealed by Tehran adds pressure on neighbors to arm faster and to plan for the worst. International Atomic Energy Agency inspectors have not set foot inside Iran's deepest tunnels since the summer airstrikes. Requests for access have gone unanswered, and remote cameras now sit blind, their feeds cut off by Iranian security. As of December, more than 400 kilograms of uranium enriched to 60% remain unaccounted for. That is enough, if further refined, for multiple warheads. The agency's director warns that without verification, the world is flying blind. He points to a growing gap in knowledge, where a single miscalculation by Iran, Israel, or the United States could trigger catastrophe. The international community now faces a stark choice: act on incomplete information or risk stumbling into a nuclear crisis with no warning at all. Iran's expanding underground arsenal is not a myth, it is a warning. As hardened tunnels multiply beneath the region, each new facility raises the stakes for global security. In an age of secrets and suspicion, the world's next crisis may emerge from deep below the surface. What would you choose?